Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, well, here we are once again. I pretty much went through and did maybe 10 or 12 of those pieces that we talked about earlier, mainly because, it was just basically boring a couple holes or drilling a couple holes, and it wasn't going to be that exciting. But this one has got some problems to it, and certainly things that we need to solve. And if you look at it closely, and I think you can see it, we've got a pretty long hole to drill right in here, actually 2 holes. And so, how do you drill that hole with this angle? Well, first, you don't cut the angle. You drill the hole, excuse me, you drill the hole with it still in a rectangular shape. But that's a long hole. What is that, almost 7 inches maybe? 130. So that's a hell of a long hole. So, oops, let's move over to the actual piece. And there it is right there. And I dug around in my long drill bit stash and found something fairly close, within about, I think, 10 or 12 thousandths of my final size. So I can drill the hole with this, and then once I cut that angle, I can come back and just hand drill, or maybe, probably hand drill the hole, just to kind of ream it out a little bit and make it the right size. So we have found our edge here, and then we found center here with our little wiggler jobby. And now what we want to do is come in from this edge. How far? Well, let's see. Oh yeah, 150 from this edge, 1 inch 500 thousandths, and then our second hole is 2 inches 880 thousandths. So I think the first thing we want to do is go ahead and get rid of this. And notice that I'm wearing gloves. I'm kind of a macho guy, and gloves are kind of, this kind of a sissy way of dealing with it. But lately what I've realized after this time, I had a machine shop when I was 18, and I did that for about 5 or 7 years, and then now I came back to this in 2001, and so I've been 20 years in Greece, and just lately my hands have started to not swell, but I can feel that they're not happy. So yeah, I think I'm going to just wear gloves whenever I can think of it, because I forget all the time. The other thing is these little platforms. You can kind of see that one there. And, I was watching Tom Lipton's channel at one point, and he had these little platforms, and at the time I thought, well, that's kind of a prissy little thing to do, a little OCDC thing, or OCD thing, but then lately, I've been doing a lot of aluminum, and man, that stuff goes everywhere. And I've gotten tired of cleaning it out of the V's, or out of the channels. So I tossed these back up here. I made these, a couple, 3 or 4 years ago. So I tossed these back up here, and they're working pretty well. So I'm with it. All right, so let's go ahead and get our drill bit in. Make sure, yep, it's the size. And I came in the other day and I didn't film it. And did a test run. Well, actually, I didn't do a test run. I really thought I was doing a single piece, and got my measurements wrong, and had to do it over. But at the same time, I was concerned that drilling a hole that far down there, you know, and I squared this thing up all, you know, every way I could think of. And let's see, where's that piece? So, and you know, I got the measurements wrong, so the hole's in the wrong place. But I did finish drilling this hole and measured to make sure that the drill bit wasn't walking off. And it's within about 3/1000ths of being center there. And I think I can live with 3/1000ths. Everything on this drawing is within 5 plus or minus. So we're pretty well... Everything else, all of these drawings, by the way, plus or minus 5, unless of course they call out for more accurate. So we're at 0. Yep. So we're going to come in 1/500. 180, 90, 500. That looks a lot better, and we're going to bring this back to 0 because it moved a bit. There's 0, and that's 500. That's good. So there's our drill, and if we look at the drawing, we'll see that the drill hole comes in, oh, about 1/2 inch from that point there. Of course, it's not a point because they rounded it off, but I'm seeing about 1/2 inch, so we're pretty close. Now we just have to drill the damn thing, and that comes next. And it's so clean here, I just don't want to make a mess. All right, so we're halfway, and I'm going to put a little mark in there and make sure that we're halfway, at least generally speaking. There it is, and there it is, halfway. Okay, let's go. It keeps wanting to walk sideways a little bit, so we're going to have to come in with a center drill. All right, one thing after another, right? Let's see. Okay, let's just go. Get rid of that. Cool. The center drill the same size, so then I don't have to change the collet out. Okay, now bring the head all the way down, and that bottoms out pretty much right there. So we bring this up just a little bit, take us back into 0. That should do the trick. Well, it's centered. Okay, bring it back out. Drill bit back in. All right, back to 0. And we are ready to rip. Okay, got a better position so I can pull on the handle. Now look at that. I don't like that. No, I guess it's doing fine. All right, at this point we've bottomed out on our travel. So what I need to do is what can I do? I can either drop my drill bit down or I can raise the table, and I think raising the table would be easier than releasing the drill bit and dropping it down, because each time I have to raise and lower the table in order to clear the chips. So we're going to raise the table a bit. All right, that's the bottom of our stroke. We didn't punch through, but we're fairly close. And I'm going to have to come back in later and figure out how to punch through. But I think what I can do is just take this drill bit, once we've got the angle cut and we've got all of the countersinks in and everything, come back with this drill bit and just finish it off by hand, because you know, I'm within about a half an inch of the end. So at this point we're going to go sideways to 2880 to 880. Okay, and that's our second hole. Well, I think it's better just to go ahead and take the drill bit out and do a center. Pain in the ass, but I can't afford to have this drill bit walk on me even a little bit. Okay, where'd my center drill go? Okay, back to 0. Okay. All right, we've got 2 holes done. And we have to do 4 of these, so we got a bit more to do. And I will come back once we've gone to the next step. Actually, you know what? We could go to the next step. Okay, Nick Cole, you're back again. It's the next day, and we've got all of our holes drilled. 8 holes, 7 inches long, but this drill bit will only go down to within about a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch of the bottom. So you know, trying to figure out what to do with that. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little sliver of wood underneath it and extend the drill bit a little bit and then go ahead and drill it, and just kind of let it float. I'm going to hold it, but just let it float a little bit. So then we put our piece of wood in, and you know, we've got enough hole here that the drill bit will actually here, I'll bring it in so you can see it. Alright, so we're going to just let it float a little bit and finish drilling those holes. So what we have to do is get our drill bit just a little bit longer. I'm thinking that's going to be plenty. Put our piece back in. That's interesting. Oh, no. Okay, well, we don't need a measurement, we just need the clearance. So let's create the clearance. Bring it down. And there's our bottom. Alright, we punched through it. I saw a little wood there. Yep. Looks pretty good. Let's see how square it is. We're at 20. And over here we're at 20 or 19. So we're 1/1000ths off. And this entire project is within 10/1000ths, so we've got plenty of room. Alright, so now the next thing to do is to drill out this next one. Let's get a little juice on that. Okay, we got our holes. I will go ahead and drill the rest of these holes and I'll be back soon. Okay, our next move here is to drill these two blind holes. And so what I've done is I've got the end holes drilled. I've got my 26-degree angle at least marked, so I know where I'm at. And then, oh yeah, and by the way, what I've done is put just a little bit of a 0 right here. Well, no, oh, right here. And that's my 0, the datum point, which would be right there. And so then I came in and just put a couple of marks just to kind of, just so I knew about where I'm supposed to be. Okay, so let's put that in there. We're going to put our paperwork back up. Bring this right up against the edge. Looks pretty good. Now from here to our first hole is, and we're going to go backwards. So two inches, 40 thousandths. Okay. 1, 2, 40 thousandths, and half of 3/4. Well, let's just find half. Well, that's fine. It would be 3/8. And we're going to go 375. 375. And we should be right where we need to be. And we want to go down with the drill bit. We want to go down. There we go. 792 thousandths.